We've come from somewhere. Tracing the Truth and Uniqueness podcast is connecting each one's to his or her ideal purpose. By listening to one or two episodes that we publish every month, you learn extraordinary stories from fabulous people from around the world. They either teach you, empower you, edify you, encourage you. They are saving people's lives. Hello friends, hello family, wherever you are. It's been a long time we haven't met together through this podcast. You know why I'm exciting right now? Because it's the end of the season 4. Yeah. Bonjour les amis, bonjour les familles, peu importe où vous vous trouvez, je sais que vous m'aimez, je vous adore. Alors, notre Dieu est merveilleux et il continue de nous inspirer. Il a dit en ce moment que nous devons marcher tous les jours de notre vie avec la parole et la prière. Ce sont des armes puissantes qu'un enfant de Dieu doit porter tous les jours. Dès ton lever du matin, vous devrez vous nourrir premièrement de la parole de Dieu. Alors, la saison 4, as you know, guys, it was covering the pains and how the pains strengthen you, strengthen your faith, strengthen your character, strengthen your personality, strengthen your destiny. How pain, how suffering, how troubles, how fights have made you become stronger and stronger. Aren't you strong yet? Listen, I please asking you right now d'écouter les épisodes qu'on a publiés dans cette saison. Vous allez écouter l'histoire de Jessica Herrera qui a partagé une histoire troublante sur son passé de vie d'amour relationnel qui l'a brisé. Mais heureusement, elle avait des personnes qui l'aimaient, qui ne l'ont pas abandonnée dans ce moment difficile, avoir échoué dans cette relation. Mais oui, nous pouvons dire échouer, mais en réalité, ce n'est pas un échec. Nous avons l'habitude de penser que ce que nous n'avons pas pu obtenir à la fin, ou nous avons pensé comme si nous avons perdu du temps. Non, les échecs sont des expériences. Un échec, en réalité, n'est pas un échec. En fait, c'est une expérience pour arriver à vaincre l'étape suivante. Et oui, vous allez encore écouter le podcast de Bernadette Moudoumbi, la directrice régionale de Zuri. Oh, j'ai beaucoup aimé partager avec elle et vous allez découvrir la vérité que beaucoup de femmes ne veulent pas dévoiler. Que lorsqu'une femme devient influente, indépendante, oui, dit-on, elle devient forte. Alors là, surtout si elle est mère au foyer, elle risque de se mettre sur le banc de problèmes conjugaux, de couples qui arrivent à beaucoup de couples où l'homme en a marre que la femme travaille. J'ai adoré et je continue à la bénir pour nous avoir illuminés avec cette vérité, parce que cette vérité nous permet à toutes célibataires ou encore mariées de savoir se préparer et prendre son exemple. Comment est-elle arrivée à garder son mariage? Comment est-elle arrivée à maintenir la flamme dans son couple en étant une femme entre les deux avions? Eh bien, merci à vous. Merci beaucoup. Continuez d'écouter le podcast. Ne vous arrêtez pas parce que il y a des choses extraordinaires très bientôt. So guys, I love you wherever you are. France, United States, Mexico, Spain, Tanzania, Zambia, South Africa, Germany, England. I love you so much, guys. Please keep on listening the Chasing the Truth and Uniqueness podcast, because it's gonna save you. And we know that we are saving lives and we're changing mind. We are revolutionizing minds. and spirit, so that you may find a truth, okay, here, that may help you, guide you, and you can shine. It can heal you. Maybe you're afraid to tell the truth, to live your truth, and it's suffocating you. So please keep on listening, because when you listen, everything we share here, the PODversation with guests, and you are learning something from those amazing, extraordinary people, because they are unique. And through the confidence, oh yes, they are sharing the uniqueness. And I know that you are unique too. So I'm a passion to have you in this next season. Yes, season 5, and we'll keep going with God. We'll keep going. Keep on living the truth. Keep on saying the truth. Keep on being unique, because that's what makes you who you are. And believe me, God is with you. And remember what I said in the beginning: consume the word of God early morning when you wake up. Oh, pray, 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 pray. I won't be tired of reminding you this, because that's the only truth that I can share with you right now. Keep on praying, keep on saying the truth, and you will see the light. And when you say the truth, the light will shine, and you will be the light in the public eyes, people. I love you so much. And a good announcement that I want to make is, oh yes, I believe in it. I just love these names. The new names that Lord has given me um, early this month is answering my prayer. God has answered my prayer. As you all know, Helen is the part of the name that my parents gave to me. Yes, on my birth. My name is Mary Helen. I have all this last name. Yeah. But now, God said, your name will be Iliara. And when I searched, I said, ooh, God, what are you saying? Oh my God, is it God speaking to me? I said, yes. Iliara. What is Iliara? Iliara Eldor. I said, oh God. I shaked, and I made this research, and I found out Iliara comes from Leah, the prophet. And Leah means God has answered. Woo! I shaked, I shout, I scream, oh, I cried. I said, Lord, thank you. Finally, after years, I was feeling that I was carrying an identity that wasn't mine. I said, no. I want to seek the identity that the Lord has destined for me, has said, has written before even, I come out the womb of my mother, and I come out, and then I can even be in this world. So there is a name that the Lord has given me, and that name is really, oh my God, that name, oh Jesus Christ, impacted me, and it's really carrying my inner personality, outside, in, and outside. Oh God, just made you research Eliara, like Eliara. If you don't know me, Eliara really embody me. It's really me. So God doesn't give you the name that's not belong to you. So now I have the name that belongs to me. So you will see that my name appearing like Iliara. Don't think it's someone else. It's still me. I just don't want to repeat that name again. Oh yes, you will get used to it. Iliara, and the last name is Eldor. You see, El is El Yeshua, El Jehovah. It's God. So Eldor, again, made my research, is the meaning is king. Okay. The origin is from Asian origin language. Thank you. That was Ilya Heldor, okay, from Chasing the Truth and Uniqueness. I love you, and see you. Well. Here is our episode 2 with Dylan Tucker from Liberia in We're welcoming Dylan Tucker from investment in farming. He's graduated in criminal justice in University of Zion in Liberia, his hometown, and he is willing to be part of this multi soul who want to save others from the pain that he surely experienced in the past. And he wants to share what he learned, how he endured, how he dealt with all these past struggles, can be pain, can be emotional. We don't know yet, but as you know, chasing the truth, family and friends, we just want the truth. We are open, and that is why we are very pleased to have Dylan Tucker right now. And let us welcome Dylan. Hi, Dylan. How are you?
How are you? How you doing, mom?
I'm doing great. Thank you. We are very happy to have you, and we thank you very much that you are willing to share. I know for some people it's not easy for them to open up to share the past experience, which sometimes it is a bit um it's a bit like we showing weaknesses, okay, of someone, and all the negative sides of your life, or uh, anything that is not showing who you are right now. But people doesn't know that the pain, the failures that we experienced in the past are what transformed us and made us become who we are today. Do you agree with that?
Yep, yep. I
So
agree.
tell us a little bit about yourself. Would you please introduce yourself?
Well, Doolin Tucker. I come from a little town in Liberia called is in Bone County. So one of the county is a remote village, and where you don't have hospitals, you got to walk like 3 hours before you get to a clinic for treatment when you're sick. And then to get a car from that village to that clinic, it would take you days because of the road conditions and all of that. But I believe that pain, like what I'm saying now, is just the beginning of my journey. It was just the beginning of my journey coming from a poor family. Sometimes we eat, sometimes we don't have it to eat. Sometimes, I mean, we go to family house to just get a daily bread, which is very painful. And sometimes our parents will we try to go somewhere else. Like my dad lost his job, and then we have to struggle with food. That's what one of the major problems in the home when there's no money, food. So growing up, I said to myself, think I would love to work for somebody or some companies. I won't like that because it's something that slow you down when you only all that growing up in my family. You know, my father lost his job, and because of that, some of us didn't go to school that year, and then to eat because there was no money. My mom was a businesswoman selling clothes, women clothes. That money couldn't solve all our problems from what she was selling. So growing up, I said I see it necessary to work for myself than to work for somebody. But again, because of circumstances, you have to make your way in a different way so that you can fit in society. And that's what I started doing. I went to school, worked with people, reputable people in society. I got connected. That's what the beginning of the journey. And then the more painful one is when you start something all by yourself and then you don't understand how it works. First, you must first understand how things work so that when the pain come, you already know how to overcome it. But if you don't, you're going to go through a lot of pain without getting out of it so easily.
Okay.
So
So I would like to talk a little bit about your choice of studies.
okay,
Today you are a businessman, you're in the farming, but you study criminal justice.
yeah,
So this this choice just, you know, um um I don't know if you can tell us a little bit why you choose criminal justice, and you have worked in
yeah, but
of Liberia for 15 years.
yes, but the thing is, I don't like it there. I never like it there. I
Mm.
was coming to that because you know having passion to do something and just doing it because you want to get financed to do what you want to do is it's kind of difficult. I studied criminal justice because at that time my credits and I couldn't afford going to other universities to study other stuff. So I thought studying criminal justice would give me a quick job so that I could be able to raise money, and exactly it did.
So
So
it is true that Liberia has a huge number of records. I mean, a huge records of criminals, like for for young people. Is it true still?
yes, 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 it's still true, and one of the reasons why they are stay into that is because is they are on what you call um, uh, I don't know how you call. I think the name is there's this name for it, but I'm trying to find a familiar name that we all can relate to. I think it's
Mm-hmm.
called it's called it's a heroin. It's a kind of drugs.
Okay.
It's it's a
Yes.
it's a drugs they take in, and then when they take that in, they lose control. They sleep to places that's not it's not necessary for human being to sleep because they are under the influence of that drug. So they go to places, they break into people's doors, they steal. I mean, they arm rob. They arm rob. I mean, first of all, for because of that drugs, there are a lot of young people into armed robbery because when you take that drugs, the first thing your mind run to if you want to get money to keep taking that drugs to get that feelings. So if you look around and you can't get money, you have to go do something extraordinary to get money so you can keep
Mm.
taking that drugs. And that's the more terrible part.
So you become addicted.
You become addicted and then you want more and more
Yeah,
and more.
and
So
it
if you don't
kills you.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
if you don't have money to take that, two things. You would take something that is get very close to it, and in doing that, you have to harm somebody that is going to somebody or breaking through that door, putting it on a gunpoint, or even killing some of them. In fact, some of them even die on the street because they don't have food to eat. After
Mm.
taking drugs, you gotta eat your meal on time, at least 4 times a day, but they don't have that opportunity. They're only chasing the feeling of drugs, which is terrible. It's very bad. And then I see criminals in a country to be a serious threat as it relates to security. It's a serious threat because threat in a way you never know who when your children coming from school, you will never know who their friends are.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible that some of their friends are on drugs and it will lead them to that. So that is one of the threat. And then second, it makes young people vulnerable in
Okay.
taking drugs. Yeah.
But in conclusion, is to depravity, depravity, um, depravity of youth. Okay, and it's obviously killing the actual the generation of the country,
Mm-hmm.
and we see it in the most African countries, and of course in the I mean everywhere in the world. So I think you
Mm-hmm.
you made a good choice, but Nevertheless, you mentioned that you never liked it, but you worked there for 15 years for a job that you never liked, only
Yeah,
for you to make a living.
yeah.
So that was sad. So for now, from where you've been, you single man, and you're a dad, a
Hmm.
single father. But from where you have been, okay, studying criminal justice, working for 15 years, where you were not happy, and today you are a businessman. You have your own farming, right? You have your own farm.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have a construction business,
Hmm.
and you keep going. You keep, building businesses, and you're just growing financially, personally, but in between.
And the logistics business too. Don't forget.
Yes, in the
Okay.
logistic business, and
Okay.
where you have the experience. Okay, so if I understand, the logistic 15 years, it was the department that you work in criminal justice.
Well, what happened with the criminal justice? I had this vehicle that they wanted to hire, and that's where I started making some money to be able to get another one.
Mm,
So, department they hire my vehicle because I told them I got a rental company, and they hire my. While working there, I was saving money and then register my logistics company, and I had one car. I had a Jeep. I was a driver. I was a mechanic. I was everything. So I was working with them, and then they hire my car, and then they said, okay, you are in this department. We're going to find driver. You're going to pay the driver for whatever money we pay you, and then
mm.
that's how I started. So
That was
why?
the way out for, another options, a good
Okay,
life and a
okay.
better
I
life.
got I got a bigger contract
That's good.
from an international NGO, and then that bigger contract brought some money that enabled me to buy more than 3 cars
Okay.
to add it to my fleet. So when I got the contract, I was like, okay, this is a shot that I've been waiting for a long time. So there's no need I work with this department anymore. I'm going to resign because I got a contract that is taking me to another level. So
Yes.
I resigned, and then I took the contract from a international NGO called Oxfam. It's from the UK.
Okay. So what I want to know is, from where you've been and to where you are now, what is the exact, you know, um, experience that you had in the past that's mostly drained you, break you, okay, almost a little bit, okay, crushed you down, but you stood up.
Okay, I can
Yeah.
explain that. It
Mm-hmm.
come in two ways. I can explain the first one. The first one started from we had a civil war in Liberia, if you remember.
Yes.
Okay, then after the civil war, most of my friends were, I don't know, on the same issue of drugs. Some of them were on drugs. Some of them refused to go to school, and some of them lost their parents throughout the war. So they just went astray and started doing their own thing. But I saw it differently. I saw it differently. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I started as a driver to somebody that was very arrogant. You want to know the pain. You want to know what pushed me to get to where I'm at now. Is that what the question you asked, right?
No, I want to know what are the pain that you experienced in your past life that
Let me put it this way.
almost break you, that almost took you your emotion leaving, your strength. Have you experienced something like that?
Yeah, yeah, I experienced something like that.
What was that?
Um, I experienced. You said along the way before I started making business, or I should share with you
The
the.
past experience.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. This is one of my past experience. I had an issue that I couldn't solve financially, and that led me to court.
Mm.
And then when I imagine you going to court and you don't have anything to hold on to as it relates to finance to fight for you.
What do you mean you have been arrested?
No, I went to we were in a community where some people did some wrong things. I think
Like
they broke.
drugs?
Uh, it was not drugs. I think they broke into somebody's house and
Oh,
they stole some things from there. You know,
okay. Yeah.
and then when they did that, I was in the round. I was involved. I have never stolen anything for breaking somebody's house before. I'm a very I'm a very unique person in doing what I wanted to do, even when it was tough.
You're a respectable person, yes.
Yeah. So even when it was tough, I'll still remain this person that I am today. So we were arrested, and then we were into central prison,
Mm.
and then into the central prison. I had never been in prison before. I had never had that experience before. Imagine you sit in one place. You are controlled to eat. You are controlled to go in the toilet. You are controlled to go and urinate. You are controlled to move around. You are controlled to do everything. And you are among different kind of people with different
Mm.
mentalities. Not even thinking
Wow.
that there's a
Mm.
future for. I mean, it was so different. I was
Mm-hmm.
sleeping on a cold floor. I had a terrible night. I paced on myself. I lost control. I couldn't eat anymore. I just wanted to die.
Mm.
But guess what? Every morning there's a guy in the praising will start singing gospel song, a powerful gospel song. And then I started relating to those songs and the message that were coming from in that song. And I said to
Okay.
myself, look, I'm going to leave from the praising because I know I am free. I know I was not involved with this. I am
Yes.
consciously clear. And I know with what happening now, I'm going to be free from this place as soon as possible. But guess what?
Mm.
While I was in that prison, the food I was, it was like a poison.
Oh,
Not that the poison the food, but the food was not good for me at all.
it was not healthy. Yeah,
Yeah.
food in prison. Yes.
So in that prison for like 2 weeks, I was in that prison. I started feeling pain on my side. Every time in the nighttime, the pain increased.
Mm.
Every time in the night, the pain increased. So I lost everything. I was like, okay, I'm just giving up now to die here and let it be finished with. Because I am in here for no reason. I don't know why I'm here, but look what I'm going through now. It was so painful. I started crying. Every night I would cry. But I started crying and I would cry on calling on God. I have my night prayer, morning prayer, and so forth. But there was a particular person that was in the prisons. He was one of the correcting officer. He's one of the prisoner guy. And he said, what killed that pain? It was the word that came from that guy. He said to
Mm.
me, no matter what you're going through in this prison, no matter what happening to you, you are a different character. You have a different spirit. I was motivated by those words. Immediately, I understood and understand that from that prison, I was going to another level.
Yes. Yeah.
So he came back to me the next day and said, look, remember I said something to you? I said, you have a different spirit and you are a free minded person. And I don't think you belong here for the
Okay.
second time.
Mm. That's
But
great.
I was in tears. I was feeling pain from my side. And finally, one of the correcting officer came and yelled my name at the window. We are looking
Mm.
for one Dulan Tucker after 2 weeks.
Wow. Amen.
Yeah. And then I came outside. I said, you are the Dulan Tucker? I said, yeah. And then he said to me, we as a team, we came to apologize to you for what happened. And I was like, for what? They said, we brought you here and you are not part of this thing. And you were never part. You have no criminal record. We check you up front and back. There's no criminal record. And then we came to release you. So immediately I got released. But not knowing why I was in the prison, the foods I was eating, the water I was drinking affected my kidney. It gave me infection to the effect my kidney got affected. Where that infection came from, I don't know. But I just felt I was just not feeling comfortable with the food I was eating. So I went to go do some tests, medication, water, only to find out to diagnose me with kidney problem, and then I have to be flown out of the country immediately. Where am I getting money from, Ellen?
Mm.
I mean, the pain was so much. So what I did, I was in a family house, just a little room and a little bathroom. Not comfortable, but I was there. And at that time, I was using a cell phone, a button phone that had lights. I couldn't afford lights in the house at that time, so I was living on that light in the night on the small phone. When our battery died, I have to sleep in the dark with the mosquitoes all over me.
Mm.
So one night, I woke up with a lot of pain in my back after the doctor told me they need to take me out of here and fly me in another country for treatment. And I went back to God. I told him, I said, God, I don't have anything like money. You are my bank. You are my bank account. You are my ATM card. You are my everything. I give it all to you. Tonight, if I die, because the pain was so much and I thought I was going to die that night. And then
Mm.
I had swollen legs, swollen, my face got swollen, and then I just couldn't control it.
Oh wow. Either it's 1 day, 2 days in prison. I think it's a love stock. Your life is like it's just like your life stops. You stop living. In prison is like you dead.
Yeah,
Because spiritually when we say you're in prison, it's like you're dead. You're not living because
you're
your
not living.
life, yes. So living on earth, you just like a dead body. But when you're in prison, you don't live your life completely. Now
Exactly.
you are in prison physically. This is it's just painful. This is it's everything to drain you, to break you,
Of
to
course.
make you lose hope. And adding to this, when you are innocent, it's the most shocking,
It
and
is. It
it's
is.
really hard.
It
It's
is.
hurting. So,
It is.
and God knew that you were not involved. So, as always, I heard it somewhere, and one of the teaching and the words of the Bible says that too. The Lord, when He wants to do something, He sends
Mhm.
the word before. So He
Before, yeah.
sends you words.
Of
Yes.
course. Of course.
People surrounding you, the gospel, the guy who were all the time putting gospel songs, and this security, the prison, the body, the guard, and all these words they shared with you. It was strong, deep,
Very
to
deep.
make you believe that you don't belong here and then you're gonna be out of here.
Yeah.
I think you have been through something, and surely it has certainly helped you to remember where you came from. So you take your life with huge responsibility
Of
and
course.
much care. You don't surround yourself with people who may trap you in any way. So you don't go back there ever again.
Oh no. And you know what? The thing is, I if you compare pain and failure, I think that both of them work together.
Mm,
Pain and failure. Now, I look at pain to be a motivational speaker, like a motivational speaker. Pain and
good.
failure. Now, you have to go through. Now, let's see what happened in the book of Joshua when he
Mm-hmm.
sent Caleb and the rest of the people to go spy the land that was promised. And guess what happened? The
Mm,
Bible says they went and they saw the land, but guess what? What in the land that they couldn't control? The Bible says there were giants in the land of
yes.
the land that were promised, the land of milk and honey. But there was one man called Caleb. The Bible said Caleb had another spirit, which was the spirit of God upon him. And Caleb said, no, were able to take this land because this land was promised to us.
Mm.
And that's where you see failure and pain. Now, people talk about failure most of the time. I look at them and just laugh. And I told somebody before, I said, you need to make failure your best friend. I said, without failure, you will not excel. Without pain, you will never excel. So the both of them work together. You got to go through pain. You got to fail to succeed. So I think
Mm.
that was the beginning of me
Yes.
coming to this level. So
Wow.
I went through a lot. Sometimes just don't know how to explain it. But
Mm-hmm.
without God, I should have been a dead person by now. I am not better than the other that are gone, but he wanted me to establish this. Now, in Liberia, I went to the University of Liberia and I took 6 agriculture students that work with me right now. That had
Mm.
never happened in the Liberian history. I mean, I am living to make histories. Where I'm
Amen.
coming
That's
from,
great.
yeah. So where I'm coming from, I always tell people, I say, look, you don't have to have PhD, doctorate, or masters upon masters. What you need is wisdom.
Mm.
That's what you need.
That's great. I think your spirit, the security, the prison guard was
Of
right.
course.
So God always know where the experience that He put us on, and how He want to transform us. He knows. He knows. So, a part of this um humiliation that you've been through being in prison, but you honestly yourself, okay, feel like um you just need, you honestly just want to do good thing. Sometimes the appearance we may show to other people may destroy our path. People may
Hmm.
look at you and they treat you differently because the appearance, they
Hmm.
think of you being a bad guy. And
Yeah,
adding to this, when you surround yourself with bad people, oh, so
man.
that's the match. So they say yes, you are like that. So now, do you see yourself you still surrounding yourself with people who can put you in the bad situations?
Where I was coming to that, but it's just that you asked another question.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why I'm at this level is because I make the right friends.
Mm.
I'm making friends that are way younger, older than me. Some of them 25
Oh,
years older than me. Some of them 20 years older than me. Some of them 15 years older than me. And some of them are working with companies at the managerial level. Some of them have company
why that?
now because I was listening to this preacher, and then something he said, if you want to move, if you want to look farther than where you're looking now, you will stand on the shoulder of the one that is looking way far from you so that you can look better. Did you get that?
Yes, yes. He
Okay.
said,
Somebody that is looking farther than you have to stand on their shoulder so that you can look to where they are looking. That means they started something from somewhere and they got successful. Now they are making impact in their community, in their country, because of where they started from and where they established over the years. So
mm,
if you link with those kind of people, you are definitely going somewhere because they won't give you the wrong advice. They are not telling you to go to the nightclub. They are not telling you to go take drugs. They are not. Everything that is coming out of them to you is positive because of where they're coming from and where they are now. So I have 5 friends that I was regularly visiting and working along with, and they were telling me exactly what to do and how they did it to be successful. So the community that I was living in, I have to change that community because of the kind of people that were living there. So I have to change my community and go to the right place. So
mm,
I was in another community, and all I was doing is connecting myself with the right people. to get to this level. In fact, the contract that I had from Orphan GB was one of my friends that gave me a call. So if I was stay in that place that make me to go to jail for 2 weeks, I don't think I was going to come to this level because everybody in our community had the same mentality, the way they think, the way they talk. I mean, the way they move, the way they walk, everything was just the same. So I have to move from there to another place. Now today,
Wow,
look at what's
that
happening.
was amazing.
Yeah.
That
So
was.
I meet people at my store with the guys that I'm working with, and I tell them my experience all the time.
Mm,
Yes, I tell them my experience all the time. I tell them this is how things work. If you do, and one of the things I practice, I learned from my mother, is to be humble.
yeah.
There is a
I think
spirit.
all this, yes, I think all this really helped you, and very great that we always love stories of people who have dealt with pain and suffering. It shows that it shows, I mean, the natural path life that every human being should have, as Jesus Christ has the same path life.
Of
He
course.
suffered and then he was raised. So that's great, and you are an example what you're doing in your country, and you are the first person who have put in place an agricultural tour. Is it that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and you have involved the youth of your country, and you employ them, you are training them. Well, I think between all that, and I think in the same mind of with people, other people will listen to this. We said we'll tell you to keep on that path, keep on doing great thing, keep on
Okay.
doing good thing. And it was very a pleasure to have you and to share with you this story that you shared with us. And we have heard the experience of people in prison. Oof. And of course, you won't ever have the healthy food. You can have it one time, two times, but it won't be like that every day. So people will neglect prisoners. They will
Mm-hmm.
neglect them because they are just prisoners.
Mm-hmm.
But they forget, we cannot punish people when they're we cannot punish people two times or three times when they're already punished.
Mm-hmm. Can do that.
You are in prison. Yes, you're in prison. So, and having deal with the problem with nutrition, okay, and destroy your kidneys and then everything. Wow, I think everything is good now, and of course, as you said, you're good now. It's
Oh
been
man,
Yeah,
I
so
am
we
good.
thank you so much, Dylan Tucker, and we hope to have you another day in our another season. We hope so, so we can talk about something else. And
Okay.
if you
I'll
have
be
anything
available
you can say
anytime.
at the end,
I'll be available anytime.
thank you very much. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Do you have anything else to say? Last word.
Oh, what I have to say is to encourage people that are going through a lot of pain, failure, or frustration, whatever it is. You gotta be. You are just beginning to be a millionaire. Actually,
Amen.
yeah,
Mm,
because all the frustration, pains, and failure is simply trying to tell you, look, this is what you're gonna be like. You're gonna be a millionaire tomorrow.
mm,
But you gotta be strong and focus on what you want to do. Don't get
mm.
confused because of the pain. Don't get confused because of the failure. Don't get confused because of the environment. But what you want to do should be your focus point. What is it that you want to do? Because there will be a lot of distraction. One of them will be pain. One of them will be failure. One of them will be the community you live in, the friends you make. Those are distractions.
Yes.
But what you want to do should be your major priority. So
Okay.
be
Mm-hmm.
strong and just think on what you want to do and take a step and say, yes, this is what I want to do, and I will do it. And God will help you get there.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dylan, and we say
You're
goodbye.
welcome. You're welcome. Bye.